And we'll start now with Team Souk. Final contestant there is Shane Downey. Welcome, Shane, to the stage. Been sitting around a long time. Shane, how you doing this evening?
I'm doing good. You know, once again, you guys playing this, you saved the best for last.
Oh, confident. Little trash talk in here. Let's see if you can back it up when we find out what your topic is. All right, that's close enough.
How does she do that?
She's talented. There's your topic. This should be a good one. Lots of places to go here. Your topic, gambling in sports. Gambling in sports. Shane, 2 minutes on the clock, and they're all yours.
All right, gambling in sports. That's not something I have a ton of experience in, but I do play a lot of fantasy sports. And let me tell you something. Fantasy sports increases the interest in anything you are involved in. I know fantasy football is all the rage. Fantasy football is fantastic. But fantasy baseball, fantasy hockey, fantasy anything, if you put any money on the line between something you're watching, you will be interested. I'll tell you what, and I know I'm in the minority in this room or in this city, I don't really like college football. I don't really like, college basketball. Wait a second. You get to March, the calendar flips to March. All of a sudden you're interested. Why? Because of gambling. The people that do it, they sure get behind it. I know me personally, there was a lull in time where I wasn't that interested in the NFL. And then fantasy football came along, and wait a second, I am tied to every single game. From 10 a.m. to 10 at night, I am watching football on Sunday evening, to the point where this weekend, I didn't know what to do with myself, and I know I'm not alone listening to my voice right now. So gambling in sports, that's a good thing. I know there's some talk of Pete Rose maybe having a conversation with the new commissioner of baseball. Well, Pete Rose was a fantastic player. We all know that. And I don't think gambling on sports makes him a terrible guy. Supposedly he was gambling on his own team. That seems like a good thing to me. You want to get behind the team that you're rooting for. So if you put $1 on the line, chances are you're going to be more interested in sports, and I think more sports should embrace that. Now, I know basketball, they've had a tough time. Some referees getting in some tough business. You have to follow along to the rules in place. Have some rules in place, and gambling, not necessarily a bad thing.
Nice job, Shane. Hang here with us for a minute. Get some thoughts here from Souk. What'd you think of Shane?
It wasn't one of our strongest performances. I thought you had some good content. You seemed a little nervous. Just kind of, it wasn't bad. I don't want to say that, but just there was some really stiff competition. And I'm not sure you were at the level of some of the better ones tonight. So as the cuts go through, you know, I think that you may end up being a victim of that just because of the strong field. But if you do find a way to go through, just try to relax a little bit more. I felt like it was a little bit rambling, and just it was nerves maybe got the best of you tonight.
Luke.
I thought it was a great outline for a topic you could talk about in the future. I thought I could feel you thinking through it, you know, out loud. And it's tough because when you get a topic right then and there, it's really hard to work through. I thought you got to some good content, but I'll agree with Souk. The competition is so good that I think it made it feel like it was a little more lacking than I think it was, because you got to kind of all the elements of it, give you 5-10 minutes. I think that turns into something really strong. But it felt like you started one place, you got it back to the topic, then you kind of went off and you got back to it again. Good job. I don't know if it's good enough.
Ryan Cooley.
I couldn't agree more with Luke and Souk on that. I don't think that was your topic, man. I loved your audition. We pushed you through, but I don't think that was your wheelhouse. So if this was last year, Shane, I actually think you'd make it through, because I think the field so far this year has been that good. But again, man, it wasn't bad. It just, I don't know if it stacks up yet. We'll see how the points come out.
Thank you very much, Shane.
Thank you, guys.
Well done. But we'll see if Shane will be one of the 11 to get through to next week.